Discipline in language acquisition doesn't exist. And during this video, I actually will explain you why, and I will explain you why I think also some of the people that study languages get burned out. Why I say it doesn't exist? Well, for something to actually require discipline, we need to suffer during some of the phases of doing this thing. For example, if I go to a gym, maybe I can suffer during the doing of the exercise, or maybe I can suffer putting my shoes on and getting ready to go to the gym. But but playing video games, I'm not going to suffer getting ready to play video games because the anticipation of playing the video game is actually fun, and playing the video game probably is also fun. And I say that discipline doesn't exist in language acquisition because for we do things to learn languages that are fun. In this case, for example, I am learning Japanese right now and I'm just watching anime uh, for 4 hours, 3 hours, or 5 hours of the day. So, like, yeah, it's not discipline because I'm actually doing something that I want to do and that I like. So that's why I actually say that it doesn't exist. You can actually as well learn languages with games or with series on Netflix or with YouTube videos. So like, yeah, how I go to this point, which in which I really like learning languages, or I like doing calisthenics. Honestly, it just requires time because for the most part this is an identity problem. Because if I can identify with a language learner or I can identify with an athlete, then I'm going to actually like learning languages, and I'm going to like uh, going to do exercise because I'm an athlete, and that's what an athlete does. And I'm a language learner, and that's what a language learner does. That's it. It just requires time because if we do the thing for a long period of time, let's say like 1 year or 2 years, we're eventually going to acquire that identity. So that's something that is just going to happen. When I was learning English, porque no soy un nativo del inglés, I was actually not really disciplined. I was actually not. I didn't really like um studying English. So I did it for like 30 minutes or 1 hour for like 6 months. And after I did those for 6 months or 1 year, I noticed that I was really like advancing on the thing. And because I was advancing on the thing, I actually got the identity of someone who learns languages. And because of that, after 1 year or 1 year and a half, I was capable of studying English for like 4 or 5 or 6 hours because it just didn't like tired me out. And because it didn't tire me, I could study it for however I wanted. Like, just imagine that you can like study the thing that you want, or you can just study mathematics for like 8 hours because you just like it. Of course, it means that you're going to be really good in that thing. But how we can actually achieve this? Well, yeah, just do the thing for at least 30 minutes a day. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you can do things like visualizations. Visualizations, it's visualizations are kind of a weird thing because I do actually not need them now, but I will say that for people on the initial phases of acquiring whatever thing they want, maybe they want to get to the gym, maybe they want to learn a language. In this case, we want to learn languages in this case, of course. And they can actually get that identity that they want more quickly or quicker. And visualizations have been proven by a lot of scientific studies that they actually work. So, like, what we want to do with these visualizations is imagine, for example, our past self and our future self. The future self is usually the person that we want, and well, in the past self, we can actually put our present self or our past self. It doesn't matter. Usually, our past self is the one who is actually always wanting to eat sugar, or he wants to play video games. He wants to go out with friends who take drugs or things like that. And our future self is the one who actually likes, I don't know, learning languages. He likes to be disciplined. He likes to go to a gym to do exercise. He likes to do those kind of things. And when we actually get burnout, we get burnout because the past self and the future self are fighting. And usually the one who wins is our past self or our present self. That's why we usually can't advance or we get burnout when we do a lot of the things, when we do much of the thing that we want to achieve. And we haven't changed our identity. That's why we actually get burnout because we haven't changed our identity and our past selves are like um fighting. So with visualizations, we want to imagine our future self, the things that he has achieved, the things that he's accomplished by, I don't know, acquiring a language, or the things that he's accomplished by being disciplined. Maybe he has accomplished an scholarship by learning a language. Maybe he has accomplished a great body by being disciplined. Well, then, what we want is to imagine our future self, like literally our future self. Uh, well, we want to imagine in this case being that guy, like being that guy, being already our future self for like 3 minutes a day. Maybe you can put a timer on your like on your phone. You put a timer for 3 minutes and imagine all of the things you can do with that scholarship and all of the things you can do with that really good body that your future self has achieved. And actually, that's all you need to do to change your identity more quickly. But keep in mind that if you just do the thing for 30 minutes a day or 1 hour a day for 1 year or 2 years, your identity will change. Like as long as you play the game, your identity is going to change. Now, to learn languages, and there's actually some things you can do that are very easy. I explain this in more deep in other videos, but I'm going to actually explain to you some things, which is I'm going to say that at least you gave you gave me 2 months of your time. Like if you can give me 2 months of your time, I will say that you do this. Download Duolingo and do the free course of verbal language that is not difficult for 30 minutes a day, and then just finish it. Maybe it will just take like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Maybe it takes a month. The thing that we want to do is just finish the Duolingo free course in the language that we want. But I say to not pick a difficult language because, for example, for Mandarin or for Japanese, those are very difficult languages that to actually start watching videos on Japanese or to actually start watching series or anime on Japanese, it's kind of difficult and the process is kind of long. So that's literally for another video, languages like that. Because, for example, for me to actually start watching anime in Japanese, I had to go off on a process of like 4 months first or 5 months first. So like yeah, maybe you want to do German, French, Italian, so you can actually know that this works, you know. So after you finish the free course of Duolingo, just go to YouTube, go to Netflix, go to HBO, like whatever streaming site that you want, and watch videos or series on your target language. Example, if you want, yeah, I want to learn Japanese, then I watch videos on Japanese with subtitles on Japanese. You don't watch anything translated, you just watch all on the thing on the language that you want to study. If you want to learn German, then you watch videos on German with the audio on German and with the subtitles on German. That's literally all that you do. And that's actually what I do to learn Japanese right now. That's actually what I'm doing to learn Japanese. I actually watch anime, and the audio is of course on Japanese, and the subtitles is obviously on Japanese. So if this was of some help to you, then just go and watch my product on the description. Thank you.